welcome back. Apparently I had another issue, so I'm back at the place. And apparently all that progress I had was apparently erased. But I do know the exact location I need to go to, and I gotta find charcoal burners. So, the closest place I would think a charcoal burner would be right here. Because I think that's the place I need to go to. And I forgot I already had a marker set, so I gotta go. Oh, my ears are ringing. Here's the path I was looking for a long time ago.
Yeah! Are you blind, for Christ's sake? There's people walking here.
Who are you? Yeah, of course, these two aren't bandits at all.
Greetings, my good man. May I ask you a question?
Ask first, then I'll ask you something.
Really? Good then. We're looking for Ginger, a stable boy at a nearby stud farm. Have you seen him anywhere?
I was just about to ask you two the same thing. I'm looking for him too.
Then it's a pity neither of us has found him yet.
Thank heavens I've found you though. I imagine you two might be able to tell me something about Neuhoff.
I see. Well, we can give you a little demonstration of what happened there.
Are you looking for me?
I'll slay you, you scum.
Oy, oy, oy. I found the people I was looking for, and it ended with me dying.
Damn it all.
Now that I know the exact general direction I need to go to, I don't need to set a dang waypoint, I just gotta kill the guys. And then I head off to this way. Okay, I'm currently going through here. I need to go to somewhere around here. Where are they? This is around the area I found them.
Yeah.
I'm not good at combat in this game yet, so if I start dying, that's why.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm looking for a camp that I just ran into by accident and now cannot remember where it's located.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just know that they're supposed to be located on an off path,
Yeah.
like up here.
Yeah.
Come on, quit
Yeah.
hitting the trees.
Yeah.
Here they are.
You asked for it.
Ah, they got me again. At least I now know their general location. I have to keep on doing this, really? I thought I could get the better of them by just simply backstabbing them, but nope. Ended with me dying. I know who they are. I know what they plan to do. They're suspicious. It literally says it in their name, suspicious men of arms. And I gotta beat their asses. This is gonna be painful. I gotta keep on fighting them until I actually beat them. Can I save here? No. Just looking for that dang path again. They're near right there. I see you fuckers. Let's get some arrows out. Why is it doing that? Dang nabbit. Are the arrows the problem, or am I the problem?
So you're the shooter. Now you're in deep shit. You call that combat?
God damn it! I don't care if I'm cussing. I'm gonna fucking kill those fuckers. The fact that I can't even hit them with the bow I'm using is stupid. So sick and tired of this. I'm gonna kill them. I don't know why I can't use that damn bow. But I'm going to fucking kill them. Is it because the bow's too strong, or is it because it's broken? I'm taking your blade as a trophy. And I'm stomping you out, boy. Take me all your shite.
Yeah.
Just follow this path, and I should reach the dang camp that they told me to get to last time before my little error came up. I have a small cranial fracture, apparently. Or a broken nose.
God be with you.
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof. Do you know where I might find him?
Well, if you go south from here, you'll come across Old Andrew's Inn on the road. If you go along the road from there to the east, you'll reach Neuhof.
I know where Neuhof is. The boy isn't there.
Ah, I see. I can't help you then. I've never noticed anyone of that description around here.
All right, thank you.
Take care now.
Huh? Oh, clear off. Let me.
Do I have to really wait an hour? I need the spokesperson to get their asses up.
Oh, leave me be. I want to sleep.
God damn it.
Good health to you.
Do you know where I can find Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof?
Why don't you try Neuhof?
He was there, but now everyone says he's hiding with some charcoal burner friends of his.
Well, I can't help you there. I've heard nothing about him. Or him. Take care now. God be with you.
You know something about Ginger?
I might have heard something, and if you share a bit of silver with me, I might share what I know.
I'm investigating a crime, not bartering for a chicken.
Well then, I'm sure you've got some silver on you. Just give it to me, and it'll be a done deal.
And what if I bashed your face in and had you dragged off to the stocks in Rat Eye?
No need for that. All I wanted was a bit of silver. Instead I get the whip.
Spit it out, will you?
Well, fine. I've heard that they're hiding him in some remote cottage at the edge of the forest on the way to Ushitz.
Didn't hurt too much now, did it?
Take care now.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I got the actual freaking quest area. Where the frick are you? This is Reta. That's the dead man's ring thing. I think it's this one right here.
Yeah.
I hate being the intimidated, aggressive type, but I had to do it because I did not want to risk losing so much freaking money from that one guy. I think he's known to extort you for a lot. This site is not it. Who's behind me? Because I think I'm looking for buried houses. This ain't it. So this site is not it. So it might be over here.
Yeah.
If not, I'm a complete idiot and I passed it along the way, so that could be a possibility. The name of my horse is Pebbles. I love it. Yep, I gotta go all the way over here because apparently I passed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a big old nincompoop. It says investigate sites. I go to the farthest one and find out that that's the wrong one. Me be big idiot. Me be big Dumbo. Me try to remember things from long ago and cannot do shit. Anyway, if I'm right, this will be a buried house, if I'm correct. A little hidden bungalow. Alright, wait.
Yeah.
No. That's the wrong thing I'm looking for. So, he says somewhere around... Oot. Oh, wherever that place is. Robin... Scarlet is over here. That's a quest giver. Where the freak is this dude's location? That's the camp I just cleared. Wait a minute, that's new. There's a camp here. Where the freak would it be? So he should be somewhere... If I can remember correctly, I would go there immediately.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I don't even remember if your horse can actually die in this game. If it does, have a chance of dying, then whoo boy. I know I just need to go to the freaking thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep biting my dang tongue.
Yeah.
And then I take this route, take a left here. I'm looking for a bunch of like cobble houses. Kind of like this, but something completely different. Like they'll be buried in the ground kind of houses, like hobbits. But more medieval.
Yeah.
Not all stylish and made of wood.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just know they'll be somewhere around in the woods that I'm looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, let me through, dang nabbit. Oh, come on. I think I see it.
Yeah.
That's a huntsman. Come on, let me move, damn it. I'm trying to find shit, and here you are getting me stuck in damn shit.
Yeah.
Now, let's see.
Yeah.
I'm near the border.
Yeah.
Looking for some
Yeah.
buried housing. What was that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Shrine. Up ahead? Maybe.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That might be it. Dang it. Wrong building again. I'm looking for a dang thing buried underground. And I keep on thinking the thing that is not it, is it? I just know, all I know is that they're buried underground. Not dead, but literally just buried, like the houses. And they're hard to spot because they're in the damn forest.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a road, so it might be somewhere around here.
Yeah.
I hear dogs, and I instantly think that I'm being tracked.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh, wait. There it is. Underground houses. See? These are houses that are built into the ground. Hello, Ginger.
It's not...
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time. Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Because I was afraid they'd come back and kill me.
Who?
Those bandits, of course.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
I'm looking for your friends. Where are they?
Charcoal burners? They're over at the...
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them, so I thought they'd come back and...
Recognized? Who was it? Talk!
I don't know his name, only that he's from Ushitz, and he has a limp.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Ushitz, playing dice and boozing.
And?
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village, but that's all I know. I never talked to him.
Why did you kill that bandit?
What? Bandit? I never
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it from me.
What fellow?
I don't know his name, but he's from Ushitz, and he has a limp.
He limps and he's from Ushitz. That's not much to go on, but I suppose it'll have to do.
It's all I know. I never talked to him.
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
Don't worry, you won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. At first I thought it was just a trick of the light. It wasn't. Then it was too late. They went past, and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid they'd kill me. So I waited until they were out of sight. I started to sneak away. And
Then the slaughtering started.
yeah. I thought they'd steal the horses and ride off. That would be bad enough. But then all the killing started and flames everywhere. It was terrible, like hell itself.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like it either. They started squabbling among themselves, and some of them started running back where they came from, right towards me. And I had that thing in my hand, the hoof pick.
So you stabbed the first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. He was running fast for a fellow with a limp. He pushed me aside and I fell on the ground. He told me I'd better lie low if I valued my life. He ran off with the others. I did what he said and hid. Then the rest of the gang ran past.
And then?
Then I waited in case that limping one from Ushitz came back. I didn't dare come out until I was sure. I think it was almost light.
What about the others? Was there anything you noticed about them?
I don't know. There might have been maybe 8 of them, and 2 of them were really big. That's all I can remember.
Do you know what they argued about?
I didn't hear everything, but I reckon some of them were only there to steal and wanted no part in the killing.
That sounds terrible. I know exactly how you feel.
If only I yelled. Maybe they...
If you had, you'd most likely be dead. Probably wouldn't have done any good anyway.
But still...
There was nothing you could do. That's all. I've heard everything I need to hear, so I'll leave you be.
Wait! What about me? Won't you help me out?
Perhaps I could. What would you like?
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are still around. Will you help me?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's great, but
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it. I don't know if they'll even want to talk to me.
Just try, and you'll see whether they drive you away or not. But if you explain it to them, they're sure to understand.
I suppose you're right. Thank you for your help, and God bless you.
First off, I got to make the waypoint back over to here and explain everything. So I wasn't far off from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, well. Look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy, and
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzi, eh? I really don't know, my lord. He disappeared without saying a word to anyone. Never crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed.
I...
Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering. It's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again. If you're lucky, I'll only have you whipped and clapped in the stocks. Because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way. I've made myself absolutely clear. Now, let's hear what you have to report.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it, then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujas.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around at Ushit's. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzik will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
I'd like to improve my swordsmanship.
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
Wouldn't you rather learn the basics first?
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention. I'll be with you.
Can you teach me how to defend myself better in combat?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
I'm just using some of my Dawson. And I'm doing.
Improve my swordsmanship.
Certainly.
And I know I have
I'm
to.
interested in more advanced techniques.
Wouldn't you rather learn the basics first?
I did learn the basics first, you nincompoop.
I'll think it over.
I could learn the basics of axe now.
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Oh, frick it! I've already.
Close attention.
I've reached a new level of axe. Okay.
Greetings. What do you need?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognized one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarreled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. And the rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhaya to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir. Why choose Merhaya?
It's somewhat at the center of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it. Farewell.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, I need to remember where Usat is. It is over here.
Yeah.
So I need to run over there as quickly as possible so they don't get him like a fish. If I was hungry, I would have eaten.
If I want to leave the province, I'll have to get permission from Sir Radzik.
Yeah.
I swear I cannot see through these damn trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. We're here.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I gotta get farther down here. I think I remember what... Oh, yeah. They already got him, I believe.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter. This is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Whew, that's disgusting as all can get, and I have to investigate this. I was hoping...
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Close this. I don't want anyone seeing this shit. But I have to read.
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one... Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? An inscription in blood. It's a pity I don't know how to read. Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning. But who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Zariah. This is Zariah. Why the frick would they write Zariah? Checking his house for any clues. Huh. Upstairs, maybe? This was where he slept. Wait. 2 big axes? What the... Huh? Why does it say rob here? I'm literally investigating. Why would I be robbing?
Nothing here.
The dude is dead. Why would I be robbing him? Say inspect.
Nothing unusual.
Ah, I'm looking for something unusual. I could sleep here, but no. Not sleep in some dead man's house. That would be fucking suicide, I believe. I mean, it means death, maybe. Can't go up there.
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream. Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
Oh, God.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Another thing about Lubosh. How come he limped?
You got that from...
God be with you.
Anyway, I need to wash this freaking filth off me. How the frick did he, This is a fucking conundrum. I've never actually seen someone complete this mission. So, yeah. This is where my freaking wisdom ends, and everything new begins. Well, marigold is going in my pocket. Let's see. Who would have... Maybe something around here? Nope. Not mean to trespass. Sorry. That pig. No. Looks weird. Hello? Where are the Gilners? Hey, doggy. Hello? How do I get a hound anyway? It would be useful for hunting or some other things.
Good afternoon.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask all you want, lad.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
Those that live by the sword, die by the sword. I'm not surprised the end he came to.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Everything about him was suspicious. I always gave him a wide berth.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
How would I know?
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
I don't know, since I don't go to alehouses.
That's all. Thank you.
God be with you. Good sir.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leiper. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That's all. Thank you.
Farewell.
Oh dear. If this is the freaking mission I think it is.
You think of anything I can do with it?
This is gonna be fucking disgusting.
The bastard! I'll wipe my ass with you. Stop, Jimmy! Stop! I give up!
Had enough.
Yeah, you got me. Look, it was only a few groschen.
No excuses. Hand it over.
Here,
You got the thrashing you deserved. I hope you've learned your lesson.
I'll amend my life. From the very foundations, believe me.
You really let him go? Just like that? And did you get the loot back?
I did. I have it here.
Thank you. The thieving magpie. You can't trust anyone these days. And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, sometimes someone would literally become a thief and literally just run off with your with some stall's belongings, and if you catch them, take them out, you might get some money from it, or you might not. It depends on the entire situation. Let's see, does anyone have a market stall that I'm looking for? What's that one? How can I tell? That is a herbologist and / writer? Maybe?
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leiper. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I haven't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosch was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosch used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
That's all. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Alright, I need you to teach me how to read.
God be with you.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
Alright. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor
I need to know how to read so I can literally read the words.
Wake up, lad. Time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple. Come back once you've worked your way through.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable. And the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
Oh dear. I gotta sit here and I gotta read Latin. I don't even understand Latin.
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
Dullest liver tam malus at non liquor party profit.
Not bad, my boy. Good effort. You're almost there. But you'd better go back and read it again.
Oh man, I really have to remember this damn Latin. What does it say? Pomadiate? I can't read Latin. I can't really read any other language other than English.
I read the page.
So tell me, Distripule, what's written there?
Nullus est liber tam malus. Ut non lique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Now I gotta go back to that dang house and read that damn wall. If they haven't cleaned it, that is the... They might have cleaned it already. I need to go down to here. To the house right there. I had to learn how to damn read in order to read words. I mean, fuck. How about I sell you some shit and you stop screaming in my ear? I gotta go down this hill and then take a right at the end of the road. Now, this house, please do not be cleaned. Please do not have the walls cleaned. Please. I want to be able to skip this damn shite. Oh, thank God.
Judas. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? Why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Judas. Judas. God damn it. Doesn't help, but at least I'm learning something. Give me that freaking plantage. You're a horsey.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm near the tavern. Okay, good. Now I need to talk to somebody.
God, what happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Luvosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Okay, so who's next? Do I have to talk to? I need to talk to the innkeeper at least.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhoff, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but you ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That's all. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
I need my clothes mended.
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Leipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhoff, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child. All sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubos don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubos was doing on the day Neuhoff was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confession.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that, when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can. Because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
Father, Lubos was my only lead to the Neuhoff raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Good luck to you.
Oh, this is a peddler.
God be with you.
Even my padded shit's starting to break. Dried fruit seems to last for a long ass time.
Let's have a word about the price.
Sure. Why not?
Going down is to make a profit.
Agree?
That's better. Drop it a bit more and we'll call it a deal. See now? I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Thank you, I got an extra. Shut guard.
Who's brave enough to try horseradish? Hotter than a burning torch. Come now.
Horseradish?
Good health to you. Good luck to you.
You say good luck to me the moment I hear the word horseradish. Makes me not want to eat it. Had a shiver down. Oh, my dang spine. Hey, my friend. Don't walk away from him.
About the price.
Aye.
What about this?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
Very well. I agree.
I'm going to take everything you own by the way of the peddler.
Let's talk about the price.
Aye?
Here, with a little something on top for a good measure.
Thanks 1,000 times.
How much groschen did I accidentally just give that dude? Oh, good. I got the amount.
Delicious juicy cabbage! The freshest you can get!
Wrong room. In here.
Coming right. Good day to you. What do you need?
Is there somewhere I could sleep here?
All right. For how long?
Just the one night?
No problem, but you pay in advance.
Here you are.
You've got it all to yourself. No one will disturb you.
Where do I go to sleep?
You'll have no trouble finding it. Right inside the door to the building, there's a ladder up to the loft. Your bed's ready there, and a trunk for your belongings. Good luck, then.
First off, I gotta do some tinkering.
Blessings of our Lord be.
And with you, lad. Take a seat. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. It had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Neuhof? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. Judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujitz is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church, the lamentable wealth in which the Church is drowning, has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman, and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
We're getting debauchery. Oh, I gotta skip this. Oh no. We got drunk and fighting. Oh my god. I'm a drunkard.
Well landed.
That is just so much shit themselves. Oh god, I'm drunk. I'm actually drunk.
I'm going. Thou shalt not hurt thy...
Oh god, this is making me actually sick.
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
We're too drunk to care.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
He's vomiting.
Bloody hell.
And now, my dears, comes the climax.
Oh dear Lord. Oh no, I gotta skip. When our
I have to say, that was a fine
my forehead looks like caveman. I earned the praise's trust. Oh god, I'm so fucking drunk.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, stay on my head. Oh, my guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? Where the fuck am I? What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you.
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose it's Sir Radzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it if you stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosha's cronies are.
Well, fuck it, I'm gonna have to do it.
A bite to eat. can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubos.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
First off, I got to get my clothes on. I'm not gonna wear my helmet for this one. I feel drunken as it is. I know. Blech. Get moving. I'm literally leaning sideways.
Never show up.
Look, he can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you. Look at him. Mother of God, even it now will throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas ad venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Oh dear Lord.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines? Even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Hear my words then. The church is corrupt, and her servants seek their own gain more than the salvation of your souls. A priest who fornicates and indulges in gluttony and intoxication is no priest at all. You would do better to be your own priests, each and every one of you, for you have no need for such Pharisees and hypocrites to attain salvation.
Yes, down with the hypocrites. Down with Godwin.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
What is...
Have you no shame, you pair of buffoons? I'll be writing to the bishop of this. For shame.
Utterly blasphemous.
Can you believe such behavior? For men of the cloth to get drunken.
So, is our deal still on?
Are you pulling my fucking pizzle? I couldn't have done worse myself if I'd puked on the altar.
Well, I'm no preacher.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
You can't be serious. After all that?
All what? All you making a complete hash of my sermon? You were supposed to help, not get me into even more trouble. Now I'll have the bishop on my back, and all the villagers. Just leave, I need to pull myself together.
And what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else to help you.
I tried.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? What do I care? Ask.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a strange one. Always drinking. Bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately. Not even in the tavern.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait. Are you saying he... Jesus!
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
That's all. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
God save you.
I'm
still... in the name of Sir Hanush of Light.
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to...
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said...
That's all. Thank you.
See you later.
I've come in the name of Sah...
Of course. Ask away.
Do you know anyone Lubos...
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the...
That's all.
Why does it keep on coming back to the tavern?
Good day to you. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa.
I don't know how I can help you.
Do you know who Lubos used to...
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
Good luck, then.
Father, didn't I see you out... I wouldn't have expected that.
With a stick. See you later.
I'm glad to see you.
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the...
Sir Hanush gives a job like...
Do you know anyone Lubos used to spend time with? Relatives or...
I really don't know. As far as I know...
That's all.
Take care now.
Good health to you.
I'm still a drunk.
Ask away.
Do you know who Lubos...
He was always a loner. Except lately, he started talking to the parish...
That's all. Thank you. I've come in the...
Ask away.
Wait a minute.
Do you know what Lubos was...
What do I care about that scoundrel? I was glad he stayed out of my way.
Have you noticed anything?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church. Now I see why, of course.
Who was this Lubos?
He was a drunkard and a beat.
That's all.
Goodbye.
How the frick am I supposed to get to... This door's now open. Right up to there, maybe. That's a hard lock pick. Maybe if I could just... Twisted my leg. Again.
No, but she's not from around here. She don't live in the village. Maybe up at the mill. Or with the charcoal burners.
Christ! How good you come of that. Bringing strange women into the village from God knows where.
My very words. The neighbors are missing 2 hens already.
Could have been a weasel.
Or that weasel of a woman. Who knows what she's like? For all anyone knows, she might be some wild woman of the woods.
Not likely. We've already got all the wild woodland women at home ourselves. Excepting Vashet. He's got a she-dragon.
Dude, I tried. Why won't you...
Who's there? Answer me.
God be with you.
I'm the drunkard.
In the name of Sah...
Of course, ask away.
Do you know anyone...
He was a loner. He did...
Do you know what Lubos was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
Not a clue.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was.
That's all. Thank you.
I messed up the damn sermon. I keep on forgetting the damn sermons.
Who's there? Answer me.
I'm right here.
Jesus Christ, your clothes. Were you assaulted?
I've come in the name of...
Ask all you want, lad.
Do you know who Luke...
I don't know, since I don't...
Have you noticed anything...
Everything about him was suspicious.
That's all.
May the Lord watch over you.
I feel quite hungry.
Quit ringing the damn bell. Yip booty boo. Who's a good boy or girl, whatever.
Who are you?
Do I know you?
Mighty, has something happened to you?
I've come in the name of...
Sir Hanush gives a job like that.
Have you noticed anything?
I didn't see much of him lately. Not even in the tavern.
That's all. Thank you.
Good luck.
What? Show you. What's going on out there?
I'm right here, dang nabbit. You would think one thing. I can't tell where anything is in this town.
Good day to you.
I've come in the...
Of course, ask away.
Have you noticed anything
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around.
Do you know anyone?
He was a loner.
That's all. Thank you.
Take care.
Lost something hereabout? Good afternoon.
I've come in the name...
I don't know how I can help you, but
Have you noticed any...
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do...
Do you know who Lubosh...
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
Take care.
I need to figure out who could have done this. means I gotta look around the house. Why is that door look different than the others? Okay. Wait, there's a blood stain here. Okay, they took the body down. Ah, dead man's food. Mine now. Where would he hide something if he didn't want it to be found? Then there's the bloody handprint here. Maybe something leads to that. Why is there a pathway through here anyway? Why all of a sudden I had this freaking chills? Came running from a... It's me, you fuckers. Where would he be? Or would have gone? Wait a minute. Hamburg. And then Usyk.
God be with you. Do you need anything? Take care.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Indeed there is. Around here, you should hear about what Vashek the groom has been up to at the stables. And that's not all. Just last night, Father Godwin was here, calling fire and brimstone down on old Gertrude, the herb woman. He's not one to make a fuss over some trifle either. See you later.
Yeah.
God be with you. What can I do for you?
I've come in the name.
Sir Heinrich gives a job like that to a young fellow like you?
Do you know anyone?
I really don't know.
Have you noticed any?
I didn't see much of him lately.
That's all. Thank you.
God be with you.
Where would he...
Good evening. Goodbye.
You told me you'd teach me something useful.
Aye, and I keep my word.
See, they took you back in?
They have, but it might have been better if I never came back.
What's the matter?
I don't know. It's just strange. My mind's all churned up. I keep thinking it could happen again. I should have been lying there with the horses, my throat cut. That fellow with the limp saved me, but...
It will pass.
I hope so. I pray for it every night. I shouldn't have come back. I should have just gone far from here.
You still can.
I suppose so.
I gotta figure something out. Can't think of anything.
Do you have any work that needs doing?
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. Another pair of shoulders would ease my burden. I have to deal with a local witch.
A witch?
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything. Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what's good for people. A little bird told me she incited some Ujet's women to witchery.
What's the problem?
As long as herb women stick to giving psychic to folk and bloated cows, assisting in childbirth, or burning incense in bedrooms to help with sleep, then nothing at all. This is sacrilege, and it's unsafe. All sorts of molds and lichens and poisonous plants and other foul things go into those concoctions. I'd hate to see her poison some poor gullible lass.
A little bird told you, did it?
You know how good people are at seeing the splinter in another's eye and not the beam in their own.
In other words, someone's been gossiping. What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and see her and find out what she's been up to. I know she lives in fear of the Holy Church, so tell her I sent you. That will make her talk and think twice about encouraging witchcraft. If you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness, find out all you can and deal with it.
Consider it done.
Good. And never fear. I'm a man who always pays his debts. You'll find Gertrude, the old herb woman, in the woods. See you later.
Well, anyway, guys, that's the end of this. I need to find a place to sleep.
God bless. Can I help you?
Have you got a bed for them?
Aye, there's room here. For how long?
How about if I pay you for several nights?
Sure, but let's see your coin first. These are harsh times.
Here you are.
You all like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is. See you later.
First off, I gotta go up here. And then I just gotta sleep till the noon. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this stream. Hope to see you again real soon. Anyway, guys, see ya.